Hi, welcome back to the Sing Confidently Live Creatively podcast. Estelle here. Today, I want to break down for you what the actual issue is when it comes to breathing and is it actually breath support? I want to answer that question because so often you hear, take a bigger breath, breathe from your diaphragm, use your diaphragm, but like is that actually helpful? Right? Can you actually feel your diaphragm? No, you cannot. So, how can you use your diaphragm, right? Okay, taking a bigger breath, great, but then what do you do with that breath, right? So, today I really want to break down what you need to focus on. I'm going to give you one tactical thing you can focus on this week to help you with your breath support, to help you with holding out long notes, to help you with singing with a little bit more power. I'm going to give you one specific thing to help you that you can do this week. And I'll give you a little exercise you can do as well to pair with that so that I want you to, by the end of this week, you have practiced efficiency. You have practiced using your breath in the way that's going to be helpful to you as a singer. And yeah, definitely let me know how it goes by the end of the week. Okay, so before I get into that, just a quick reminder that today you're listening to this on Monday, and my wait list for my voice lesson that closes on Wednesday because that's when I'm going to release the slots to the public. So I want to make sure that you get on the wait list if you would like to go ahead and book a lesson with me. Like if you really want to finally start building confidence in your unique voice, right? If you want to build confidence in using your breath in a way that's actually going to be useful and not just like breathe deeper. Like, I'm not going to tell you that. I'm going to give you the actual tools to help you to use your breath efficiently as a singer. If you want to build confidence in blending your registers, in mixing and developing your belt, in developing your chest voice, and developing your head voice, right? Specific to you, your unique voice, you're going to have a different challenge than another student, but at the end of the day, you want to feel more confident in your singing. That's what I help students do from the very first lesson. So even if it's just to book one lesson, I would love to work with you to support you in building that confidence as an actor, as a singer, as a performing artist. I'm here for you. And I'm going to open the slots for my voice lessons on Wednesday, November 12th. But if you want to join the lesson before, or join the lesson. If you want to join the wait list before all of the lesson slots open officially, you can do that. Just join before Wednesday, November 12th, and you're going to receive first access to my lesson slot. So that way you make sure that you get the spot that you want, the spot that works best for your schedule. You also get $20 off of the lesson. You get a coupon for $20 off of that lesson if you would like to use it on that lesson or another lesson. And you also get a vocal warm up as well. So you'll get like a bonus free vocal warm up if you are on the wait list and you book a lesson before um I guess you can technically book it at any time, but the slots are going to open for you before the 12th, so you might as well go ahead and book it. So yeah, that is going to be available for you. Again, if you join the wait list, I'm going to send you the link to go ahead and book your lesson, and you can go ahead and get first access to the slots, $20 off of your lesson, and you get a free vocal warm-up. So that's cool. All right, so go to creativelybyestelle.com/studio. This is your opportunity to finally start building confidence in your unique voice. So I want to be there for you. Again, creativelybyestelle.com/studio. I'm so excited to work with some of you guys. Like, make sure you get on that wait list so that we can work together and I can help you in whatever aspect of your voice you need to feel more confident in, okay? All right, so if that aspect is breath support, then definitely listen in because the issue that you think that you have is that you need more breath support, you need more power, you need more air, right? But what you actually are struggling with is that you don't know how to use the breath you're taking in efficiently. You don't know how to use the breath in a way that's going to be efficient for your voice and that's going to help you to sing in the way that you are aiming to sing and to help you to sing with the power that you want, to help you to sing with the volume that you want, to help you to sing with the length of time that you want, right? Help you to hold out the note as long as you would like, right? You don't know how to efficiently use your breath. And even if you don't know how to do it at the first time that you're singing a song, I don't know how to hold my breath out for a long note the first time I'm singing the song, but it takes practice. But because I know what I need to do to help myself build that efficiency as a singer, like I'm able to help myself work through that, or I can work with a teacher myself or a coach myself. But like I know how to actually use my breath efficiently. And so I want to help you learn how to use your breath efficiently because a lot of the times we just waste it. Like it's seeping out We're not even realizing it that, oh, I took such a big breath. Why am I like losing it by the end of this short phrase? Why do I not have any more air? And it's like you just don't know the strategy and the technique that you have to hone to really use your breath with more efficiency and with more ease. Like it's going to be easier when you've learned the technique and you've developed that and you've honed it. That's what I do with students in lessons. Lesson after lesson, we're working on these things, even when they don't realize it, even if they think they're working on their mix. But like as I'm working through songs, I'm noticing, oh, you're having trouble holding out your breath here. I'm gonna help you to find your way to be efficient with your breath. You're going to take the breath here, and then here's what you can do instead. Here are some options. We try them out. They see which one they prefer, they see what they like, and then we go from there. So that's what we work through in lessons. We're actually working through it with whatever song you're working on, whatever song you're finding it difficult to hold out your breath in. Like I just help you. I just give you the tools to do it, and then we work on it, and you see which one you like best, and then you just keep practicing that so that way you can hone that technique. So that is, yeah, that's what it's all about. It's building that efficiency, and I interweave that into all of my lessons. So this actually does start with how you breathe in and how you breathe out. So like the process of breathing in, but like you guys know how to breathe. You know how to breathe. That's not the biggest thing. The biggest thing is how to use the breath efficiently. However, there are some things that we as singers do differently when it comes to breathing that are important to note in case you've never thought about it before. Maybe you are truly a beginner, you're coming back to this for the first time in a while, and you're really taking this seriously now. You're a performer and you're pursuing this professionally, but you never really learned how to actually breathe in and breathe out as a singer. Go to my episode 240. I'm going to link it below. Episode 240. It's called Breath Support 101 for Beginner Adult Singers. Breath Support 101. And I really break down like what to do on the inhale, what to do on the exhale, every single aspect of what you need to be doing as a singer. That is episode 240. Go and listen to that for that really in-depth how to when it comes to breathing in and breathing out as a singer. But I'll just do a quick overview before I go into what you need to do to sing more efficiently this week. Quick overview on the inhale. All you need to do as you're inhaling as a singer, breathe in. As you're breathing in, make sure your shoulders and your neck are relaxed. Keep your chest open, focused on expanding around your belly. Right? Go ahead and take a breath in and expand your belly. Yep, like you're breathing in through a straw. Another way to think about it is like you're about to or you got surprised, like someone surprised you, you go, you kind of tend to like relax your belly out, right? So that's what you want to think about when you're breathing in. You're just keeping your shoulders relaxed, your neck is relaxed, no tension around there. Instead, focus on bringing the tension to like that expansion of your belly. Yeah, breathing in and expanding the belly. And then the exhale, quick overview of the exhale. You've expanded your belly already by breathing in. Now, on the exhale, you're going to engage those muscles in your stomach in your belly. You're going to engage those abdominal muscles that are around your that are wrapping around your back actually. And you're going to slowly focus on bringing that belly inward, bringing those abdominal muscles, engaging them and bringing your belly inward as you sing out. Bring your belly slowly inward as you breathe out or sing out on a note. All the while, you're still keeping your chest open because that's kind of helping you to keep your ribs open and as much as you can. And so that is the exhale. You're engaging those abdominal muscles, keeping your chest open. Slowly bring your belly inward. Okay, that's the exhale. Again, I really go into depth in this in episode 240. So go back and listen to that if you have no idea what I'm talking about when I'm talking about abdominal muscles or what I'm talking about when I say what to do on the inhale and the exhale. Okay. All right. So that is when you're actually like doing the breathing. But now how to use how to use that breath efficiently, that all is not even about your like as much about your breath and like what's happening in your lungs. Like it's more so like yeah, definitely the engaging the abdominal muscles the entire time that you're singing out for sure have that strong core. Didn't mean to rhyme there, but there you go. For sure have that strong core. But the efficiency is also and especially happening at your vocal tract and your resonators, really. So in that mouth, your mouth and your throat, and then also the your vocal folds themselves, right? But it's really happening specifically through vowel modification, through creating a resonance space. So how your sound is resonating in your throat and your mouth. I'm going to talk about that in a second. But there are also some other things like phrasing and dynamics, like being strategic about like, I'm not gonna, maybe I'm not gonna use all of my power and volume at the very beginning of this note. Maybe I can grow the note. I can make it a little bit louder over time so that way I'm using my air more efficiently. That's just a little tip there. And then also your onset. So how you're starting a phrase, right? Not starting with so much air, but start with like a nice sweet onset where you have the right balance of pressure and the right balance of air. And you're not starting to, you're not singing out with a lot of air from the beginning of a phrase. So those are ways that, and that's all happening at the resonator level and at the vocal tract level. So you're really not even as focused on like, oh my gosh, my lungs, my diaphragm. Like, I'm not talking about that at all. I'm talking about like your vowels, you're resonating, thinking through how you can be strategic about your dynamics, right? So these are the ways that we take control as singers so that we're not like focused on our diaphragm. Like we can't see our diaphragm. You need to focus on what you can see, what you can work with, what you can think strategically about. And that's what I help students do all the day long. So let's talk about one way that you can practice efficiency this week. I'm going to give you a very practical thing to do because I talked about vowel modification and resonance space, and they go hand in hand. So the resonance space is your mouth and your throat, your vocal tract, right? That is where the sound that is produced by your vocalis muscles, by your vocal folds, is going to travel through to sing out to the world, to let the world hear your beautiful voice, right? So we need to shape our vowel. We need to shape that resonant space so that what we can do is that we can change our vowels and our shaping so that we have more resonance a little bit more towards the front of our mouth. This can increase the volume and allows for a little bit less breath pressure than that is needed, right? So you have, unless you're trying to belt, I'm just talking about generally. Obviously, if you're belting, you need a lot more breath pressure, but that's another topic. What I'm talking about is generally focusing on creating more resonant space in your mouth, especially towards the front. Now, this depends on the genre you're singing sometimes because, in more classical configuration, you kind of need a little bit more space in the back of the mouth. However, having that ability to create resonance towards the front of your mouth, creating that resonant space in your mouth so that you have less need for as much breath flow in order to get volume is super. Just a very helpful technique. It's not the only way to do this, not the only way to increase your volume. It's not the only way. Like there are other things you can do, but this is something that I found to be really helpful for me and my students when it comes to increasing your volume and not needing as much breath flow. So that way you're not wasting your breath that you've practiced like breathing in and breathing out. You've done your abdominal muscles are working, but then you're releasing all the breath at one time because you're not actually you're trying to get a certain amount of volume, but your mouth is not open enough. You don't have enough space in your mouth, right? So I want you to focus this week on practicing efficiency as a singer by creating more resonant space in your mouth, especially towards the front of your mouth. So that way you have less need for as much breath pressure and breath flow really, and but you're still getting a good amount of volume. So if I'm going to do this with an exercise, I'm going to give you an exercise, and that exercise I'm going to make sure that you can hear me. So that exercise, I'm just going to pick some notes out of the air. Ma 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 ma. If I'm singing this and I'm singing this I'm going to do it on oo. Moo 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 moo. Do you hear how that's a little bit more of a closed front vowel? The front of my mouth, if you say that, moo 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 moo. Do you see how your mouth is closed in the front? You might have some space in the back of your mouth, but it's not very open in the front. And so instead, I want you to think about pretending that you have blueberries in the back of your mouth, blueberries in the back of your mouth, in between your teeth, in between your molars, and you don't want to bite them. You want to have that space in the back of your mouth, in between your teeth, and also you're going to get space at the front of your mouth because now you're going to change that to ma 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 ma. Do you hear how my volume drastically changed? I did not add more breath. I did not take a bigger breath. I didn't think anything about my diaphragm. My diaphragm was doing what it's supposed to do because it has to. Otherwise, I wouldn't be alive, right? So don't stress about your diaphragm. Instead, focused on how are you creating the resonant space in your mouth so that the breath that you do have can be used efficiently. So that you don't have to add more breath, but instead just open your mouth a little bit more. Get some more space in the back of your mouth in between your teeth, as well as in the front of your mouth, so that way you can create the resonant space that your voice needs so that it can resonate more and it gets more volume. And you don't have to worry about getting a bigger breath, right? So practice this exercise this week, and practice creating that resonant space in your mouth, especially towards the front, but also keep the blueberry space in the back of your mouth. I got that from one of my professors at Columbia this summer. It was awesome. His name's Mojo. If he's listening to this, shout out to Mojo. But yeah, that's what I want you to practice this week. Just see how it works for you, okay? Practice that this week. Let's do that warm up. We're going to do that on a couple different keys together, so that way you can practice doing that as you sing this week, whatever song you're working on. Create that resonant space in your mouth and see how that helps you in breathing more efficiently, using your breath more efficiently, okay? Let's do that same exercise again on a couple more keys, and then we will close. Okay, so ma 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 ma, going up. Ma 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 ma, take it up. Ma 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 ma, take it up one more. Ma 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 ma. And that's that. So that is something you can do easily this week as you are practicing your song. Before you go into your song, practice creating that resonant space in your mouth. See how that helps you to use your breath efficiently. Again, we are starting to train a new technique, so it's not going to be perfect. You might have never really focused on your resonant space before or vowel modification at all. Hi, my name's Estelle. I'm a voice teacher and I talk about this all the time with students. So if you've never thought about vowel modification, girl, all you got to do is talk to me for 1 second in a voice lesson. I will tell you about it because I talk about it a lot with students. It is what we need so much of the time. And a lot of teachers just tell you, like, use your breath more, diaphragm, and that's good, but like it's not really helping you to be efficient as a singer. And so, yeah, I hope this exercise helps you. I hope that you're able to apply it this week. Let me know what you think. How does it go for you? You guys know where to find me on Instagram at Creatively by Estelle, on email at hello@creativelybyestelle if you have questions. Hello@creativelybyestelle.com if you have questions about this, but like let me know how it goes. I really want to hear if this is helpful to you. And again, if you want to work with me as your teacher, you want to work through this with me, I'm here for you, okay? I want to be here for you. I want to support you. And I want to make sure that you can get all the goods that you can get by getting on my wait list before the doors close, before I open up the slots for everyone else for voice lessons. So go to creativelybyestelle.com/studio. If you do that, you can get $20 off of your first lesson if you book while you are on the wait list. That way you can, grab a lesson for a little bit cheaper and we can work through this together, okay? I cannot wait to hear how this helps you. I cannot wait to hear how you're able to breathe, more efficiently as a singer. I really hope this helps you. Thank you so much for being here. Have an amazing day, and I will talk to you later. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode and to this show. I'm so in awe of you for being here and showing up for your creative gifts. That takes courage. Don't forget to join the performing arts community on Facebook for support and inspiration as you continue on your journey. If this episode helped or inspired you in any way, please leave a review on Apple Podcasts and share it with someone. It means so much. Thank you again, and don't forget to keep singing, acting, dancing, performing, and living creatively. Talk to you next time.